Hey gang, it's Joe, it's Rudder. Had a couple of nights to do some power hours on the car. It has changed a lot. I've stripped it down pretty good. Yeah, I got the fenders off. Steering's off. I just need to take the steering wheel out, but I need my impact here to do that. My stuff still isn't here. It's about 50-day travel time. It goes by boat to China, to Panama, to me. Shit, I don't know how it gets here, but anyway, stuff's still not here. I'm kind of depressed about it. At any rate, I'm doing what I can. I'm going to finish. I got half the dash. I got all the wiring tore out of the car. An interesting thing I found out too is a lot of you guys probably already see what's going on here. I never noticed. I've owned this car, like I said, since I was 14, and this is the only classic Mustang I've ever owned and only Mustang I've ever worked on as far as classic-wise. I was watching some videos. I forget who it was, but they had a still shot of the dash, and it got me thinking. I came out here, and my dash is pretty beat up, as you can see. I mean, even though it's a black color, you can still see some of the holes and the dents, stuff like that across here. So I was contemplating saying, I'm going to fix this, but I'll have the dash pad on there, so you really won't see it. But what are all these holes? You can't really see it. I'm sorry about the color here, but there's holes there, there, and there's corresponding ones on the other side too, as you can see them better here, better over there. Like I said, I was watching somebody's video, and they had a freeze frame on the dash, and their dash was not like mine. After looking around, I found out that in the 70s, I think early 80s or 70s, about Turbo Cobra's time, they had an eyelid plate on here that kept the dash pad from warping. Well, like I said, in Turbo Cobra's time, like in the 70s, they liked making these like Shelby clones, so they took off that eyebrow piece of sheet metal and tossed it out. Well, my car was apparently one of those cars. It was a 6-cylinder, so it never was a Shelby, I can guarantee you that. However, after looking frantically, I thought, hey, maybe I can find one of these pieces. I looked at National Parts Depot, they didn't sell it. I called CJ Pony Parts, the only way they sell is the entire dash, which was $400. No, not going to happen. So what I did is I went to the junkyard. Same guy at the junkyard, he didn't want to separate his dash from his piece, so my last choice, I went to eBay. Just so happens, sort of the shaky cam, I found one, and it wasn't friggin' cheap at all for this little piece of metal. And it's going to kind of rest on there, but it's not going to sit in the exact position, but you'll get the picture once I get it set here. Ooh. Yeah, that's the piece that goes on there. That, my friends, was $100. But it's better than the $400 for a new dash. Because I don't know what I would have done for a new dash. But yeah, that sits there, the dash pad goes over it, and that piece welds onto the dash. So that's where the holes are, if you notice, and my dash happens to be the corresponding holes that this thing has in it. So I'm going to strip this dash down, weld this piece in. I'm going to clean that piece up because it's kind of has some surface rusting on the underside, and I'll prime it and all that good stuff. But I've always wondered about my dash pad. When I had it on the car, it drooped. And that's the reason why, because this is a reinforcement plate for the dash pad. So now I know, and everybody else probably already knows that. But I said, yeah, of course, silly, has a dash pad on there, or has a dash reinforcement plate. I found a heater box too. At the same time I was looking, I told you guys I was going to put a heater back in the car. I found a used heater box from a Mustang as well. I think I paid I don't know, like $70 for it. I got a smoking deal. It comes with a heater core, and it's fairly new as far as rebuilt. So it's been rebuilt like 10 years ago, but that's fine. I can, it's easy to rebuild a heater core and a heater box, especially when it's fiberglass. As you did notice, if I haven't mentioned it already, I spun the car around in the garage. There's the back of the garage. There's my garage door. So now, I'm probably going to make people sick. So now, I got some working room. Put the car on jack stands. Car's on jack stands back here. The axle's going to come out and the leaf spring in preparation for the 4-link. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to strip the car down. Probably just put some primer on it to keep it from rusting, and then I'm going to do all the body, as far as filling all the holes. running on my wires, doing all that kind of stuff. That way I know all the holes I have to cut, all the things I have to kind of manufacture. That way I'm not doing body work and then having to modify whatever piece to do that. So a lot of it's going to be construction work, and I'll update you guys on it as well. But my first project, of course, is in here. Clean this up. I'm going to finish seam sealing it. I'm going to fix the holes right there from when I ganked the thing for my shifter. I had a couple of shifters in here, and the automatic shifter, of course, and then I had a aftermarket shifter. And I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know whether I grabbed a beaver out of the forest and let him chew that hole up there or what I did, but I'm going to fix that and make it look professional. Same with the front here. I'm going to fill in all the holes. You guys can't see it, but maybe there I can a little bit. I went ahead and took my soapstone and I marked all the holes that I know I do not need, and I'm going to fill all those in. Really bad lighting. Let me see if I can get the flashlight here to help, but it probably won't focus. The camera probably won't focus on this, but let's see if I can get it off the dash here. We're off the mirror. But I don't know if you can see it or not, but I soapstone a lot of the holes. That right there I'm going to cut out. I'm going to make that flat piece all the way across because the battery's in the trunk already, so that's the only purpose that serves is the battery. I'm going to fill the battery vent, this piece right here. I'm going to fill that in, piece of steel. I'm going to cut this out where my light is, the hook is going. I'm going to cut that out because I'm putting a Fox body radiator in here. It's just because the old one, or the stock radiator for what I'm putting in here, I'm putting a 427 stroker. It won't be enough cooling, so I'm going to go ahead and modify this and make a Fox radiator fit. I've seen guys do it online, so it's not going to be that bad. Like I said, I soapstone some of the holes I need to fill, so that way I know I'm just going to grind that, fill the holes, and then I'll just work on sanding this entire thing down. Gonna at the same time rip out all this stuff. The disc brakes are going. JV Chance, you wanted them, you got them, they're yours. Just let me know if you still want them or not. I'll throw in whatever you need. You know, if you need the steering knuckles, the caliper, of course. I got some. That's just surface rust on there, and I got a master cylinder too. I think it's out of a '73 Ford truck. I think that's what they use. So I'll throw that in there too. And just let me know. Anybody else need some Mustang parts? Let me know as well. I got some spare ones running around. But that's what I've done so far. One other thing, new toy, is I got a plasma cutter. When I was deployed, I bought it. I mean, when I'm sitting in the desert, not doing anything, not spending any money, I bought this for myself as a Christmas gift while I was deployed. I think it cost me like $240, something like that, off eBay. And what it is, I modified it a little bit from the original design. I'll show you guys that here. I'll make another video. But so far, it's a good little dude. Compared to, I've got an estimate of the guy, wanting to come to the house and cut these shock towers out, and he was going to charge me about $400. And because obviously the car can't move. I don't have a car trailer, so I'm kind of left to my own devices here. But yeah, he's going to come to the house and charge me $400 to cut this out and cut all the other stuff along with it. And I figure, you know what, the plasma cutter will serve its purpose, and neighbors, anybody else needs it, they can come over and borrow it too. So I'm sure it'll get its use. Oh, also, if anybody needs a stock wiring harness out of a Mustang, let me know, or pieces of it, or whatever you need. I don't think it's worth selling. Just give me shipping for it, and it's yours. It's been in the car for a while. I've hacked on it, but it's all there, short of the ignition side coming out of the firewall, because I had an MSD in here, so I cut all those wires off. But the dash harness is still pretty good. The tail-out harness is good. I just had to cut the ends off, the tail-out ends, to get them through these holes. So other than that, you can solder that back together. But if anybody, Mustang-wise, needs a wiring harness, it's right there in the box. So let me know. But yeah, other than that, hopefully I'll post another video of some progress, and maybe I'll get my camera in, and I'll have my tripod, And I'll do some live action because I like watching the live action videos of you guys working on your cars, because when I watch you guys, I get tips on how to do it. Speaking of tips, Jeff from James Freddy, you're right on the money about that. I cut the seal. It was just like the glass was captured between two lips of the seal. I just cut one part out, or cut the top off. One-handed job, or I'm sorry, one-man job. There's the windshield right there. It came right out like butter, I'm gonna do the back window probably this weekend, so that should be easy to come out. I already know how to get the chrome off, and the lip is the same way. Just a little lip right there. In fact, you can see the windshield right there. I'm just gonna cut this, pop the window back, pop the window out, stick it down, wrap it in bubble wrap, stick it downstairs. Yeah, if you can see underneath the car, I got my subframes off in preparation for the 4-link install. I'm going to got my light here. I'm going to start that as well and do all the welding and garbage like that underneath here. But there's a nice hole right there. Yeehaw! Yeah, and there's a hole right there too. So, yeah, I remember when I was doing my burnouts, I took this car to the track and do my burnouts and smoke and fill the car. I wonder why. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. There's not much rust on the car. But I'm still going to cut these out, cut that out, get about an extra 3 inches. I'm just going to tub it to the frame rails. So there's the piece I need to cut out right there. I'm going to cut out all of that. Yeah, you can see right through there. Like, what they call it, a felony hole. Yeah, so I'm going to cut those out. I got new Scott Drake ones. I bought some. I didn't go with the. I think I told you guys before. Maybe I didn't. I got some International wheel wells, and they came with extra, and they're downstairs too, so I can't show you. They came with extra material on them because there's some people that sell them that you can tub it. And, I forget who sells it off the top of my head. Ironworks and a couple of people sell Mustang tubs, but they're just like the original stampings, except they didn't fold the lip over. Where the spot welded, right there. Right there, that's a little, got about 1.5 inch lip. So what I'm going to do is on mine, I'm going to flatten that out and weld them together, and that'll give me my 2 inches. So I really won't need to buy the aftermarket tubs. I'll just make this fit. So I'm assuming I got to cut that out as well. Now that I see this, that shouldn't be that bad though. But yeah, that's going to be the I think the 3rd or 4th project. I got my project list going. I'm going to slowly work my way up to my skill level. I'll put torque boxes in first. That'll be another one I'll put in, and then I'll start tackling the bigger projects as they come along. As I deem my experience is getting better. But yeah, that's it, guys. Yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks for all the comments and all the support. You guys give me awesome motivation to get out here and crank on this thing, because I want to see it done. Done right, of course, but yeah, done none the least. So hopefully next video I'll show some progress, and hopefully some live action videos, or whatever you want to call it. Not live action, but at least action videos of seeing me do something, because like I said, I dig those. But all right, thanks guys, appreciate it, and have a good weekend.